Let's talk now about the slope of a line. The slope of a line is a measurement, is a numerical value that tells us how steep our line is. By understanding the slope of the line, we can determine whether our line is going up and rising as we read it from left to right, whether it's falling from left to right, how quickly it's doing that. Maybe that it's not rising or falling at all, it's just running left and right. Or maybe I have a vertical line that goes up and down. When I'm finding the measurement of the slope of a line, it's a ratio of two values. I want to know how far my line has moved up or down over how far it's moved left or right. The letter that we use to designate our slope is the letter M. And informally, when we talk about the slope of a line, we think about it as being the rise over the run. Now, if I'm walking between 2 points on my line, and those 2 points are just generic points, x1, y1, and x2, y2, we call them. Then if I want to find this vertical distance here, up and down, the up and down change has to do with the y coordinate. X's run left and right, and y's run up and down. So if I want to find the rise, I can do that by subtracting the y's. If I want to find the run, meaning how far I have moved left or right between the 2 points, left and right movement has to do with the x values. Anytime that I need a distance in one dimension, meaning only in x's or only in y's, distance is found by subtraction. So maybe I'm asked to find the slope of a line, and I know 2 points that my line passes through. I know it goes through the points 2, -3, and the points 5, and the point 5, 9. If I want to find the slope of that line, I said the rise has to do with the y's. They rhyme if you have trouble keeping straight. And it doesn't matter which one of these ordered pairs I consider x1, y1, and which one I consider x2, y2. Meaning I can either take -3 minus 9 on top on my desk, or I can take 9 minus -3. Now once I've decided to take 9 minus -3, however, with the y's, then the bottom is set in stone. I have to start with the 5 for the x's and take away the 2. Now 9 minus -3 is equal to 12, and 5 minus 2 is 3. When I write my slope, I always write it in lowest terms, meaning I'm going to reduce 12 over 3 and call it 4. If you write it as 4 over 1, that's not wrong, and that's not bad, but it's not necessary. Now, again, we said the order that we subtract them doesn't matter. With the y's, I took 9 minus -3, but maybe you started with -3 and subtracted the 9. You're allowed to start with the -3 instead, if you prefer, as long as when you go to the bottom for your x's, you start with the 2. Whatever y you start with on top, you have to start with that corresponding x value on the bottom. Notice that -12 over -3, it's still equal to +4. So maybe we have -4, 5 for one of the points, and 6, 2 for the other. Go ahead and pause the video if you'd like and find the slope, and when you turn it back on, it will be here. If I took 2 minus 5 on top, that's fine, as long as I take 6 minus -4 on the bottom. -3 over +10 is lowest terms there. Anytime I have 2 points on my line, I can find the slope of the line by subtracting the y's on top and the x's on the bottom. Now, this isn't the only way we can find the slope of a line, but I'm going to make my video segments short, and so the next video we'll talk about other approaches we can take.